that then if you were too close with the machine, then the wire would make a little round, and then it's not good. But this point can, usually, typically the machine is there, and so it is just touching, just on the tangent. And so if and then anyway, if the real point as in the offset file was lower, the boat would be lighter.
Yeah.
Not heavier.
Yes,
exactly.
And we have some argue because of this. Yes?
From free boats, my boat is lighter than weight on the crane, and I don't agree.
Let me put like this. If you measure the hull and if you know that you put the point,
It's not. Yeah, it's not discussion.
If someone else measures the hull and you don't have the data, you should expect that he made it on 45 degrees.
Okay.
That's
this is the general practice. Then, if there is a consistent difference,
Don't worry
with the
about
weight, then
claims that it's not the same as the weight on the crane.
You go you go on 45 degrees and you measure it on 40. If you don't have any, if you have information that this is not a 45 degrees, or if you measured and you know where to put it, then go to it. But don't try to think, I know that this could not be placed here. You don't know. I mean, the rule says when you measure to 45 degrees. And even with total station, I remember what we are doing. When you are measuring, when Nicola was measuring, I was, jumping on the boat, putting the finger or something exactly on the point we want 45 degrees, and this is.
And then you can scan this point.
The fundamental thing is to be horizontal, and so you can measure with the total station. When measuring, you put something horizontal here, not like this.
Okay.
Because otherwise you have the average and you don't know. And so what I do is put something like a card or a piece of paper or even a finger, and be sure that your beam with the total station is hitting that plane. That is the reference height.
So anyway, conclusion is that it's better it is lower. So doing the scanning we should make on the straight
Zoran was
surface.
saying, if there is something, some feature in the mold that you are sure that it will be on the same mold for all the production, then better to take it where there are these arrows or where there is this chine here. This is another place where every boat will be the same.
Okay.
Here and have it in the center, so you measure only one freeboard.
But
is it possible, to choose this?
yes, but depending. It's possible, and you have to measure it. If you measure it to total station, then if you slice the station, it could be a bit difficult. If you have the laser scan that can go even around, that is much easier to identify this point. But in many of the boats, we are still talking about shear line at 45 degrees. And inventing the new points is something that you may find in the newer files. But if the boat was measured a couple of years ago, in 99% you will find it on the.
This is because there is a different approach. When you go to measure the hull, you decide where is the best point to find the freeballs. But then when you are going to measure the boat that I measured, that you measured, you have to stick to what I did.
Of course.
And vice versa.
And then
not say, but why don't we measure there? And then where is this point?
Of course.
And then here it's obvious that whoever was measured took the the end of this plate to this position.
That's reference.
This is going to put it here, but
it's much easier if you have straight line.
Then another good practice is that when you go and measure the freeboard float like we are doing now, to leave some marks, so that when the boat is going to the championship, any measurer knows that you measured to that point, and then maybe finding an error, because maybe you made a mistake because the point was not at 39 but it was 49.
And other important thing is when you are measuring this or putting or whatever you are doing, we will test two methods. When you are putting let's say the measurement tape like this, you are not measuring the round. You go from this point vertically, and this is the height, because you are not putting the meter like this and then measuring, because then you are adding
in this case the round is not much, but in other cases it's possible. The other thing is that for the yachts freeboard, usually this is placed where there is the intersection between the shear and the transfer. But in some boats it's not right there. Like the Moon 30 is an example where the aft station is like 80 centimeters forward. And if you don't check it, then you make a mistake. And then
But Nicola, it is good statement. If, for example, owner have boat like that with RC club database, and we not scan this boat, and we check free boats, and there is difference with weight of the crane, and he claims that something is wrong, I can propose him. If you want to get correct weight from water freeboards, please scan the boat. Is it okay?
well, then
Because
first
it's
of all,
normal question that owner goes to me and asks, I want ORC international certificate, but I have typical boat. I look on the web on the ORC database. Yes, it is, but no freeboards on the boat. And I made like that freeboards measure, and there is difference in weight and freeboards. And he
well,
go
then,
to me,
no, but then
your freeboards are wrong.
You contact me or Zoran, and then you know what is this boat, because usually these boats are present in many countries, so you can find, well, you can search yourself. The full 34. There are, you know, standard ones, modified ones. So there is, you can check yourself if
but
this is in the ballpark or if the others are.
But even if I check all appendages and I find okay, everything is correct, but I still have no. I'm not sure exactly where is it point on the height of freeboards.
There are cases that happen, and like there was the 11400 or a boat like that was measured initially with a tow rail, the aluminium stripe, as it was done in the past. Then they changed the production and they replaced it with a rounded shape like this. Then obviously if you measure to the same point, you will not get the same numbers. So you have to make a check or ask the manufacturer or the designer, and then modify the freeboards accordingly. If it is higher or if it is lower, because basically what counts is the height of this point. So if the boat is too heavy, they need to be lower, and if the boat is too light, they need to be higher.